This is, what is this? This is Let the Great World Spin by Colum McCann, right down there. That's where his name is. So it takes place in the 70s in New York, and the first thing I noticed about this book was how clean the prose is. The prose is tight, really tight, like a fist. It uses dialogue very well, very natural, but it's not slow. It is narrated by different characters. All these different characters, we follow them on the same day. They all fit together in this artful way. That totally rhymed, didn't it? Yeah, it did. It is not just any day. It is the day when a tightrope walker walks between the Twin Towers. He's up here on the cover. This is based on the real event performed by Philip Pettit in 1974. He walked a tightrope between the Twin Towers. There's a documentary about it called Men on Wire. I've never seen it, so I hear it's really good, but I don't really know. In this book, it has to do with where they are, what they're doing on that day, and their sort of reactions to it. And they're all kind of different. Some people are really excited. Some people are even angry at him. There's this one woman who lost her son in the Vietnam War, and she's so mad about this tightrope walker. And her whole section is sort of figuring that out in her own head. And then she realizes it's because, you know, her son died and this guy is up there risking his life. It's really interesting. So this book, critics are saying, is a book of our time, which is a pretty easy statement to make about a book that mentions 9/11 in any way. This book is also postmodern, part of the novel genre of our age, I would say, because a lot of contemporary novels include this sort of experimental type work, changing the way that we think about the novel and what the novel is capable of doing. So we've got books with pictures or fragments, books with no punctuation, books with unreliable narrators or multiple narrators, or these sprawling narratives, even books that are more poetry than prose. Postmodernism is really interested in this question. What can books do that other things can't do? Like, why is Let the Great World Spin a novel and not a movie or a musical or an RPG or whatever? In Let the Great World Spin, the answer is that on the page, you can forget that this book takes place in the 70s and not now, like the Vietnam War can be easily confused with the Iraq War, and that illusion is really powerful. That you're watching this guy up on the Twin Towers and you're like, wait, are those the Twin Towers? Wait, aren't the Twin Towers gone? I was sort of rooting for the whole book to be this way, forcing you to think about what has really changed, and have people really changed, and what does that mean about New York, or just people in general, in the way that we deal with tragedy, and also the way we think about performance and the relationship between performance and reality. I will say that the plot does in the end, the plot does resolve itself in some way. I won't reveal. And life continues on, which brings us conveniently back to the title of the book, which is Let the Great World Spin.